And then, so now I want to ask you, like, how do you view, because this the second part of it is the word, that word submission. When it comes to relationship, that's another thing that nowadays women hate that word and they think it's a bad thing. I ain't submitting to no man. He ain't finna do this. If I do, he gotta pay this, he gotta pay that. It's like it's a negative spin on it. So I want to hear what's your views on submitting to a man. And especially what you have in marriage experience. I really want to see what's your what's your views of it, because I know that's a lot. So I know you got a lot of knowledge and game to give people on that.
Oh my goodness. Well, first off, I want to say kudos to you. One for your platform and being willing to even have these conversations.
Yeah,
right.
I appreciate that.
Again, for your generation, I think it's important. I've actually steered a couple of young people that I know to your page, and I'm like, he be, opening up and talking about some good stuff, and I think it's important that they hear from people that look like them.
Yeah.
Right, because I can talk and say whatever, but coming from someone in your age group, it hits a little different.
Right.
And there's some compassion and some empathy, around that. But I think submission, I feel like that can be a very sticky topic.
Yes.
Because, and again, I have to speak to myself, because I'm totally okay with being submissive.
Yeah.
Right. And in my marriage, I was definitely that, but I think to my detriment.
You can be, like we talked about, too much of it or or not enough of it.
But again, because I didn't know who I was, right? So
and like you said, of the example too of that of what kind of man am I submitting to? Yeah, exactly.
But if I can, speak to the younger people and even people in my range, to say that you have to work on yourself, and I think the more authentic we are with ourselves, then we're able to attract what we need and what is necessary for us to grow and to be in, get into that, our best selves and, all of those good things. So for me, I don't think there's anything wrong with submitting. It's just that I feel like the woman needs to know who she is as a woman, right? And then am I submitting to?
Yeah.
Right. And is this person honest? Is this person transparent? Are they going to be vulnerable with me? Are they going to, be emotional with me? Are they going to be able to provide and not, I've had this conversation a bunch of times about providing doesn't necessarily mean finances. Providing is, hey, babe, I got something going on. I'm stressed out, whatever. Yeah,
and emotionally providing.
That man then taking the load off of you. Don't worry about it, babe. I'ma go do this or whatever. For me, that's providing. Yeah, well, of course, we want somebody that is mutually beneficial so we can build and grow together, right? But I think sometimes people get that, you hear the word provide and you think finance initially, and that's not necessarily what it always is.